Hello everyone, welcome to Learning Academy Foundation from Mr. Andrea. Today I would like to show you about the chemistry program for higher secondary. The first section will be about atomic structure and the periodic table. Chemists use symbols and formulae to represent elements and compounds. Word equations and balanced chemical equations represent the changes that happen in chemical reactions. There are different ways to separate mixtures, such as filtration, crystallization, simple distillation, fractional distillation, and chromatography. The method chosen depends on the type of mixture. Atoms consist of a nucleus containing protons and neutrons, surrounded by electrons in shells. The number of subatomic particles in an atom can be calculated from the atom's atomic number and mass number. Mendeleev made an early periodic table. In the modern periodic table, elements are in order of atomic number in periods and groups. Electronic structures model how electrons are arranged in atoms. Elements in the same group of the periodic table show trends in physical properties, such as boiling point. They have the same number of electrons in their outer shell, so they are similar in their chemical properties. The transition elements are metals. They have high melting points and densities and are strong and hard. They form colored compounds and act as catalysts. The next section will be about bonding, structure, and the properties of matter. The three states of matter can be represented by the particle model. This model explains the properties of substances in their different states as well as changes of state. An ionic compound is made up of charged particles called ions. It has a giant lattice structure with strong electrostatic forces of attraction. A covalent bond is a shared pair of electrons. Covalent bonding forms molecules. Substances with small molecules have low melting and boiling points and do not conduct electricity. Giant covalent substances have many atoms joined together by covalent bonds. Diamond, graphite, and graphene are forms of carbon with different giant covalent structure. The structure of metals explains their high melting and boiling points and their conductivity. The properties of a metal can be modified by mixing it with another substance to form an alloy. Nanoscience. Nanoparticles are 1 nanometer to 100 nanometer in size. They have very large surface area to volume ratios. The properties of nanoparticulate substances are different from those of the same substance in bulk. Next section will be about quantitative chemistry. Relative formula masses can be calculated and used in conservation of mass calculations. Calculations can be carried out to find concentrations of solution and uncertainties in measurements. The mole is the unit for amount of substance. The number of particles in a substance can be found using the Avogadro constant. The mass of product depends upon the mass of limiting reactant. Percentage yield and atom economy show how much desired product is obtained compared to amounts of starting materials. Gas calculations show volumes of gas used and obtained in chemical reactions. Next section will be about chemical changes. The reactivity series show metals in order of reactivity. The reactivity of a metal is related to its tendency to form positive ions. Iron and aluminum are extracted from their ores in various ways. Indicators are also used to determine whether a solution is acidic or alkaline. Acids react with metals, bases, and carbonates to produce salts. Neutralization is the reaction between an acid and a base. The volumes of acids and alkali solutions that react with each other can be measured by titration using a suitable indicator. Electrolysis involves using electricity to break down electrolytes to form elements. The products of electrolysis can be predicted for a given electrolyte. Next section will be about energy changes. Exothermic reactions transfer energy to the surroundings and the temperature of the surroundings increases. Endothermic reactions take in energy and the temperature of the surroundings decreases. A chemical cell produces a voltage until one of the reactants is used up. In a hydrogen-oxygen fuel cell, hydrogen and oxygen are used to produce a voltage, and water is the only product. The next section will be about the rate and extent of chemical change. The greater the frequency of successful collisions between reactant particles, the greater the reaction rate. Chemical reactions are reversible and may reach a dynamic equilibrium. The position of equilibrium of a reversible reaction can be altered by changing the reaction conditions. The next section will be about organic chemistry. Crude oil is a finite resource. Petrol and other fuels are produced from it using fractional distillation. Cracking is used to convert long alkanes into shorter, more useful hydrocarbons. Alkanes, alkenes, alcohols, and carboxylic acids are produced from it are different homologous series of organic compounds, naturally occurring, and synthetic polymers can be formed from a variety of monomers. About chemical analysis. Formulations are complex mixtures of chemicals which have a specific use. Chromatography can be used to identify the substances present in a mixture of solutes. Flame tests and chemical tests are used to detect and identify ions in samples. Instrumental methods of analysis are faster and more accurate and sensitive than simple chemical tests. The next section will be about chemistry of the atmosphere. The early atmosphere was mainly carbon dioxide and water vapor. Water vapor condensed to form the oceans. Photosynthesis caused the amount of carbon dioxide to decrease and oxygen to increase. Human activities are causing global warming. Combustion of fuel produces many pollutants. Humans can reduce the impact on the environment. Next section will be about using resources. Many of the Earth's resources are finite. Chemists have a role in estimating the amount of reserves remaining and ensuring that the use of resources is sustainable. All humans rely on safe drinking water. Salt can be removed from seawater to make it safe to drink. Wastewater must be treated before being released into the environment. Life cycle assessments can evaluate the environmental impact of a product. Many products are recycled to lessen environmental impact. Modern metal extraction can reduce the impact on the environment. Metals have many properties, but some are prone to corrosion. Alloying metals improve their properties. Ceramics, polymers, and composites have desirable properties that allow them to specific uses. Fertilizers contain elements which are essential for the healthy growth of crops. Fertilizers can be made in the laboratory and on a larger scale by the chemical industry. The last section will be about practical skills. Scientific investigation have several stages: planning, collecting data, analyzing data, and evaluation. It is important to understand how to carry out each stage of the investigation. All about chemistry for higher secondary program. Thank you so much, students and parents, for your attention. Below you can find below in the slides you can find my contacts and my email. See you next time. Bye.